It's quite a dangerous river actually. So you have one of my dad's friends was killed because he jumped in and they've got one winding wheel and it gets wrapped around your legs, right? So you get caught up and then because the cam is slightly moving because it's a river, it drags you just under the because it moves you as well. So you might be head above water when it's up, when it comes down.
He went with 23 and came back with 29.
Expected some applause of balls. They call it Darwinian, don't they? Darwinian evolution.
Darwinian. I'm a great believer in Darwin Awards.
Remember that guy that thought it'd be cool to go up in the air, so he attached loads of helium balloons to his deck chair. Not deck chair, like the sun lounge thing. And he got up to like 2 miles high, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to find more information about all the other companies.
There was some very funny stories about how he
and then the last one,
otherwise you only get an honourable mention. What's the funniest one that you remember?
traffic, well, yesterday there was traffic, yesterday what is that is no
similar way that we have a steering wheel. They have a phone the hours are working charge. That's take off speed was one. Try to pull it back.
Was he a pilot?
Really nice people there.
That's cool, that's funny. That's really funny. Have a look at mine. Have you kept up your appreciation of like every year when we get back? But I feel like we'll have to look the last 2 years. I'm sure since it's become a cultural thing, people have so whenever I do it in a spectacular way, it's like you get in the Darwin Awards.
There are rules.
they're okay, but I don't think that's how Gene numbers
Because if you've had children, his theory of evolution,
Some of the honourable mentions must be from
they have children.
the people that were on their gravestone.
Down award situation.
Yes.
Awarded success.
You can have like things inside resin coating and then
I have seen them.
posthumously awarded.
I'm going to Andre Sterling tonight.
Obviously, when they're coming from further away, they might start
And just and be thankful that I gave it.
we need that option.
So long, and thanks for all of it.
When I was at school, there was this band we had about found the funny side, funny gravestone.
Spike Milligan says it. I told you I was ill.
They stopped saying
Oh, the church. But I've seen a couple of, I've seen Jim Morrison's coming. And Oscar Wilde.
Oh, that is weird. So we'll be lucky to finish this evening with them. Well, they've not told us they're not coming, but I think we'll have to find out. Sure. Otherwise, we have to send you can't
I've done that. It's brilliant. It's 2 hours.
unless you're very lucky. It's short notice. And then they're driving down their holidays as well.
And that's the original. And that's the one that's got the historian that knows. You've got to understand why we took it from London Bridge. That's what they started.
You've got to stick with it now, but we've already paid them. But,
I mean, I never tried.
Think about that's the idea. Not a coach, maybe a mini bus. Yeah, but then if you have to get you're left with the bill.
and then we'll be on tour, and then we'll have to cancel or not plan it.
So that as a victory.
But we will look for another hotel. Go walk out there.
Nine boys and so, but there are 3 big car parks behind the place.
Apart from that, that's part organised. That's
It's definitely nice when
big tourist cars that I have sometimes. They just say no, you can't do it anymore. She's not really free. Oh, she's had enough. Yeah. No. And I think it's quite right. Dragonfly. You can take it on, that's Dragonfly. She can take it on.
that was a Darwin Dragonfly, there's nobody there hovering close to
It's actually affecting her quite well. So she's finished. It's not been organised.
It's in a marsh area.
It's turned out really nice. I thought it was going to rain and it's all going to be a bit down.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Look at it, it's just, you couldn't ask for it. Did you?
Not well.
It's not legal.
Not well.
That night it was lightning, I was at work. I work in a hotel at night. I wasn't alone, there were people, there was a the guy arrived at the front. Like, and the sky was dripping and it was like, yeah. So he came in. Do you have a room? Yeah, do you have a room? Seriously? Seriously, it is a really suave looking chap. No, okay. And then I asked him what his name was. He said, Damien. And then he said, it's spelled the same way as the devil's son. With an A, apparently.
Yes, apparently. Only 666.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. We don't have room 13 inside anymore. The other thing is, he said, because the Damien movie is spelled Ian, isn't it? I think the Oman.
Yeah, but it doesn't really can't go out there. It's a difficult one.
Sam Neill.
The opera very bad.
So, Oldman was in the early 80s? Sam Neill was definitely in Jurassic Park.
Sam Neill was in Jurassic Park, he was also in the not the kid, not in the first one, the second one. Anyway, he came into the show, wasn't there? I wasn't there. The little pub. Yeah, and do you know Modge?
Is he a person?
Yes, a person. Okay. He's a character, if you ever met Modge,
In Berry?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, it looks like.
I think people I know in Berry are you.
But he was asking us really strange questions. Yeah, like it was so embarrassing because this guy's like a really good actor, right? He was saying, "See you do acting there." Yeah, you can imagine because he doesn't stop talking. He was so He's been like loads of movies like Willow, stuff like that. I watched that one at home. It's good though. Anyway, the point is, I think they spelled this guy was saying he's supposed to be it's like
rolling in at the moment are their focus in the area solace and spot the wind blow right away going that's the pleasure where we can see there I've got to see on her bow actually there's a white patch there that's got a white nosing because originally with the trading wherries they would have a black hull and a black sail as well covering pitch and tar and herring on it to protect against the elements. So having a white patch there made it easier to see them in the dark, otherwise there would have been much more of a shadow along. Nowadays of course we have navigation lights on our boats, white ones and then red, port and green starboard so tell which direction you're travelling in whilst you're driving in the dark.
I've got it in the best I could.
Still quite a racing going on, lots of boats out, whether they're the same ones or there's a new class that's come out of the water here, but you'll be able to see perhaps a little easier from the top deck, the boat's actually sailing, maybe from the lower deck they'll just look a bit like sharks fins moving over the vegetation as they sail around their race course. If you can, see lots of sorry.
come in here.
No, sorry. Thank you. That's right.
There's plenty of opportunity here to film these ones at close range.
We got a load coming up this way. Way out. What a fun day. You and I both. It's nice, isn't it? You travel far, do you?
Oh, we come from Paris Evans.
Still market? Yeah. We're down. Oh. Actually, we're from Navy.
I came even further than we did. You're not Nazi.
Yes, it is near everything, yeah. It's about 6. About 8
As we look at the plants growing up on our left,
Used to be a Silicon Valley
there's a nice orange and red hue to some of the plants there. These are berries on the Gelder Road.
It's on Zali.
So not so strict here. Zali Road.
They're the sunniest to
Shrub
have.
road. Like some of these plants going out to reed
That's
mace.
what they used to, that's where they developed Thomas Edison there as well. The light
Reed mace has the
This other guy did.
distinct brown top with the bits that are
Well, I mean, that guy was
some of the trees to our left as well. You can see these birds, they're sort of black, colour, very shiny, greenish tinge to them, sometimes in the sunlight, big web feet, and then you go up there and see it too. There's one other big plant that's growing back to our left, and there's a couple of it standing higher than the others. These so this plant was one that was brought in by the Victorians. It's an invasive species, and Victorians liked it because it's pretty one at the time. Orchids, some people think. Supposedly. and it's got a very sweet kind of smell to it. People like that. This plant may have been planted in loads of gardens around here. Very sweet, really. Seed pods of these plants explode, so it's like these cups when they're ripe, flick their seeds far away. They float down the church and start growing up off it. That's where its name suggests, and the conditions are completely different to what we've got here.
Yeah, but those people grew up in the war as well, don't they?
Yeah, I'd probably be
With him, those people tend to really
bloody black. Bloody lights.
and then in November time, once the balsam dies off, it just leaves the basic smoke. That's an issue, and it's managed by the rural authority and naturally as well. You have lots of volunteer days, get people into the middle of these harsh areas and pull it up like that. The plant grows fantastically, so if you snap the stem,
I got to London and I just can't get over how many
a bit of an issue, tough ones in that.
I was on a bus once, there's more people on the bus than live in my village.
Well, you can see a bit of response from that.
Jesus, it was one of those bendy buses.
It's like a virus.
Like viruses.
It's not really cool.
I bet that's what you were saying. You're like viruses.
With all this open space. Don't worry about me, I'm a lot older than I'm. I'm on my second home already. I'm 50. Sorry? I said I'm 50. Yes, I am.
I'm 42. No, it's Suffolk living.
Honestly, I'm okay. I've owned the house for 25 years.
I've never been married. That's my excuse.
Go on, get that one on your list. Go on.
Just do a good for 50.
Well, you know, got an easy life. Smile, smile at them.
Here's what the judges are like.
Where'd you go? Did you go places specifically to take photographs? No, you just take camera.
One story, 2 years ago, we had this judge. Our photos of cars. He said, yes, I don't like this one. The good one, moved to the one, you get the rubbish one, you get. Do you remember that, Chaz? Yes.
Do you have, is that a digital lesson? Is that a film?
That's what we're doing.
It's small. I thought that was a film.
It's amazing how it's what they did now, don't they?
Yes.
I don't think you can buy film cameras. One of the ones that go in weddings, like, disposable ones, like those.
Oh, you could, yeah.
I don't think you can buy them. Yeah, well, there's so much easier to use now.
Oh, the little girl's driving. Yes, the little girl's driving. And she was still smiling.
Loads of the boats we passed on the way up People Road.
Yeah.
Not on the road, but we've
One day
Oh my God! Go on, move your arm. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it. Yeah. Sorry, talking to the swan. I think maybe not hit the swan. Yeah.
Oh, that's the way. That's the way. We can choose them. On the bike.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some lovely houses here. This one on the beach is a swan.
Well, I haven't had to.
Oh yes.
Yes, I got it. What was it? Yesterday.
Three guineas.
Well, the printing deadline is the 4th of August. Can we get it in? Should we only get it in? You send it. I'm not going to stuff that. It doesn't matter, just get copies of cost of names.
I wish we'd have gone through morning. Morning was the next one.
We need to do a hybrid because obviously some people
When we turned around though,
we need to send the road changes to the normal weekly ones. And we've got to promote it, otherwise if people don't use it, they'll stop it again.
As we come back to the villages, I'm sure you're looking at the lovely houses and lovely gardens. Some very nice gardens coming up on our left here, well looked after, small flats gardens. And the garden, you might see there are some unmown patches of grass there, a few plants poking out, club rooms and things like that. Some of these plants poking out were out in colour in June. There were some kind of orchids coming through. The chap that lives here and takes care of his garden well, a few years ago noticed that some of these orchids are just starting to grow up. Couldn't identify them, recently had some Aaron come out to have a little look. Not entirely sure what the result was, but they looked similar in a way to some of the early pinks and the southern marsh orchids that have been growing around here in these kind of down positions. It's nice to see some of these plants that come through that could quite well be native ones growing in the gardens as well. The house to your left here, you'll see it's a really lovely big one, and it's built in the same style as the next one along. Whilst they're two separate properties now, the other one is part of the same property, and they were being renovated back in the 70s by an ex-Norwich City football player. His name was Kevin Keelan. He was a goalkeeper who played over 600 times for Norwich in the 60s and 70s. When he retired, decided that he'd set up a little building business and started to renovate his properties. One on the right with a newly thatched, interesting curved-shaped roof to it. That was supposed to be the swimming pool and games room for the larger place, but sadly Ken fell into a few financial difficulties. We had to split the properties up and sell them separately. I believe they are lived in all year round, as are a few of their houses around here, but then some of them are holiday lets, so you could just rent one out for a weekend or a week and just spend a bit of time by the river, nice and relaxing. And we'll see coming up in the big garden to our left, it's where the weeping willow tree is going to mark the corners out by the river here. Quite a few Canada geese just grazing the grass up in the garden. Now the garden this end looks a little on the scruffy side, I kind of like an actual loose stripe coming through some really big nettles. Some of these might be marsh nettles, of course, that have no stings on, but probably just normal. But good for lots of insects and butterflies. This is the back garden of the property, and you can see the house a little further up the garden there. It's known as Heronby nowadays, but back in the 1950s it was known by a different name. That's when it was owned by the great entertainer George Formby. Places of recognition there, that's good. Not too much who he is. You see, I didn't know who he was when I started working here. I thought he was the chap that made those grills, but it turned out that was George Foreman, and he was in a completely different line of work. Formby played the ukulele and sang some comical songs, and evidently did quite well out of it, as he managed to buy the place, which was valued a few years ago. They called it Berrildin, named after his wife, as he did with his boats as well. As you can see now, his boating cruises, his nice wooden boats. Called those the Lady Beryl 1, and then the second one, the Lady Beryl 2.
I'd be quite happy with one of these the other side.
As we come around the bend, you can see there's a sale sign on the edge of this garden. It's got a big one, 3 acres of land for this house, which is 7 bedrooms to it. The house itself you can't really easily see from the water here, it's hidden behind the trees. The asking price for this one at the moment is 1 1/4 million. It's been out for a few months now, we've been down the price a little bit. I'll find a house that's a little more reasonable in price and size. That's like quite a grumpy looking swan now on our right, scaring off these geese, really too much of the hassle too. Actually, whether it's just been having a bit of a territorial battle with these swans, this is the territorial line between the former house on the left and the bridge and that's white side right there. So having been seen off by this one, we've got the cygnets coming up here then, two slightly big ones. A few white feathers coming through. They'll turn that pure white next year at some point later in the year. And it'll be a few years after that before it reaches full maturity. Greylag geese again, and then the Egyptian geese. These Egyptian geese are just ever so slightly smaller than the greylags, and that's because they are technically really not actually goose at all, and despite the name they are instead a type of shell duck. But they do come from Egypt, so they stand for now, if you aren't able to make out the Himalayan balsam on Wroxham Island, there's a patch of it to our left. So in this thin bit of garden here, just behind the green and white sign, we've got some of the Himalayan balsam just there, coming in varying kind of pinks. I've seen it really pale, almost white, and then really vibrant pinks as well. So perhaps different seeds from different years.
Yes.
Just after this rather modern looking house on our right here, which was actually up for rent a couple of years ago for £2,000 a month. I was tempted, but there's no chance really. Just after that, we did the boats, and then we've got another house facing the sold sign outside of that, so sadly no longer available. This 3-bedroom place is on the market for the whole of winter for £650,000. Just 3 bedrooms, does come with a boat shed though. The boats and the garage for you. Houses in just on the edge of Norwich, where I live, 3-bedroom house, probably looking at about £250,000. So here in Wroxham, because it's a desirable area, and because the house being on the river, you're looking at having a premium of £400,000 to get a decent house. So we'll see Barton here to our left as we come around here. So it's got a grey heron. On the left-hand side, you can see there's a bit of water, a bridge going over it, and then a scruffy-looking boat shape. And to the right-hand side, grey heron. So up the garden of Barton House, just coming into view. You've got some of the old railway buildings up there that were built in the 70s when the station was all here closed down in order to add to the atmosphere of the traditional railway scene. And if you do visit the place and ride on the tiny little trains, you probably see that there are yachts in there as well. Two of them, Narada and White Waffle Beach, still present somewhere underneath the boat sheds. They're available for charters, so you can get out and experience that traditional way of sailing on the Broads. It's quite a slow process, but really a lovely experience being on such vessels. So these were yachts were built here in Wroxham by Chapel Burney's College, so had built racing yachts but decided to build these bigger boats and then charter them out as part of its business. The yacht was somewhere on the left as we come around this bend, but it's long since gone, having been replaced by these new boats.
Here for a challenge. Get a different perspective.
Hey, should we all pile into the pretend we're looking to buy boats or something? No? What a posh accent. Give my trophy away. I don't know what they do. I reckon they must, when you're selling like kind of serious stuff like this, like really expensive houses or expensive cars, they must do some sort of background check on you to tell if you're someone that's just yanking their chain. So why else would they spend time? We're just looking.
So as we come out of this final bend, then we'll see Wroxham Bridge up ahead of us, and then all of the geese and swans gathered at Grammar Estate. It does mean that we are now. So I do hope you've enjoyed this invitation to the Broads, and you'll come and see us again sometime. Other trips out the river, perhaps to explore by yourselves, day boats.
He went to a premiere.
As we turn back into the boat ride, please just ask that all remain seats. And then safely tied up to onto
And they were like, yeah, son, and you're buying, because he was like, in his early 20s.
So on behalf of myself and Mary, I'd like to wish you a pleasant afternoon and evening. Thank you all very much.
Anyway, so he went down to the next garage, that had like Aston Martins in it, and then he brought one of those, drove back and said, like they do in Pretty Woman, unlucky son, you could have, because this guy just won, this guy just This road's got about thrusters and it's had thrusters. So you can turn the back, the front. Like, well, you can, if you want the back to come in, you can make it go sideways. Do when you go forwards and backwards.
She's not going to go last. I know what she's going to it's only for the time. Cotswolds, no, it's a half day. Yeah, the third. You're not going. Is that